This is a couple of the ones that
Okay. All right. Good. Did you get, oh, okay, so you get a number for the resolution? Okay. Okay, guys, all right. I'd like to welcome everybody today. We are ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody today to meeting of county board members. Today is December 16th, 2022 at 10:01 a.m. Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Here.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
Jim Razor.
Present.
All right, does anybody have any old business? Nope, hearing nothing for old business, new business. The Sawmill Gaming Liquor License application. And we added this license, number 20 at the last meeting. Today is the actual application for the license. Jim, in the past, I think we've just done this by acknowledging this, right? Or did we vote on that in the past?
No, we voted on
Okay. Well,
Usually I make sure that our state attorney has looked at it, everything's okay, and I think,
You didn't ever vote on the application. What you guys voted on was, opening and closing the license.
right,
But you just denied it or approved it.
right.
Okay.
So Brett has looked at this and has, so state attorney's office has given its blessing on this. So no vote on this, but just acknowledgement of it. You did? Well,
If you want to vote on it, go right on. I mean,
well, look, you want to make a motion? Make a motion.
it's up to you.
Do I have a motion for this?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I will second.
Okay, roll call. please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yes.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Razor.
Okay. We sometimes know what we're doing. The next thing would be the resolution, and that would be the year-end resolution to transfer funds. This is a housekeeping thing that we do every single year. The review funds, I think, the general fund, unused portions. So, do I have any comments?
I do, just because as I looked through the numbers, it was explained to me by the treasurer, there are some fairly large anomalies there. And there's nothing wrong with that, as was explained to me, but I thought for curious minds might watch the video and just look for what's on the record of why some of these numbers are a little bigger. We can certainly discuss this if my research is off. The state's attorney's overage, and some of this, discussing this now will help us budgeting the next go around. The overage on the state's attorney is my understanding because the budgeting was for a departure that was delayed.
Yeah, we had one person, maybe just two people, who's going to leave that office or the state.
Yeah.
Legally, the time.
One was-
So-
This is state's attorney, one was secretary.
Yeah, yeah.
So nothing really done wrong there, even though you have a fairly large number. The assessor surplus, which is really quite a large number, and we look at that of what did we do wrong in budgeting, but as was explained to me, the publishing, the 4-year publishing was budgeted for, but was delayed a year externally, not internally. So nothing really there that we have any control over. The clerk surplus, an election year. And I think most of that in clerk sitting here was just the difference in ballots. And that's just difficult to see coming, right?
Right, and also the unfunded mandates, like the mailing that we had to do for the permanent vote by mail. We never know what to expect.
Right.
We try to plan.
So, we as a board can try and tighten up the budget here a little bit, but some of this just beyond. And it was my understanding on the sheriff, also a large number there. And mostly because I believe we operated with a reduced staff.
He had, the sheriff had money in his budget to hire 2 or 3 more deputies than actually were able to hire.
Right.
So that money was left over in his budget.
So that's all I had.
And
Again,
something like
I,
that, Jim, we'll set that up on budget this year. We'll set those numbers again like that to give it an opportunity to have money to hire people.
Sometimes that money was, especially like it was once a week, anticipated that we're gonna leave. We budgeted for, but we kept it in our contingency. So if the need was there, for the replacement, we had it. If they didn't find someone, it wasn't extra money they didn't spend on just anything. We had control of the funds. So that's how it's set up.
and what, as was explained to me, the county is in good shape. The
Yeah,
numbers
so
are all
if
really
they-
good going
yeah.
into this year.
Right, the financial is very good.
Right. So when they did hire somebody, we had the money, the payroll would come out of that, we transferred. Either lump sum for the rest of whatever, or as every payroll,
Right.
whichever.
Yeah, we did that. We did that in several offices across the year. And like you said, it gives us, not control, but it gives us an idea about what we're hiring, how we're hiring. Okay, no further questions on the resolution, we'll have motions. Accept?
Move that we accept resolution 22-12-16-73.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yes.
Jim Marlowe. Jim Razor.
Yay.
One resolution. We have a committee board appointment. That would be joint emergency telephone system board. And I've served on that board now for 2 years. And that has been quite an education. The amount of things that you guys oversee and take care of is impressive. And I'm gonna say this too, it's impressive, the dedication that this board has to its task, of what it's actually supposed to be doing. Everybody that's there is diehard about supporting this EPS bid and how important it is. So I look forward to Commissioner Razor having that same experience, getting to know you guys. It's gonna be a good experience for you, Jim.
Always good to expand the knowledge base. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you will give them something that I couldn't, because you're much more techy, much more involved in IT and that kind of stuff. They would ask a question, look at me, I was like, okay, we can, want to talk numbers, we can do that, but the computer side of it is. So DJ, I appreciate the time that I had on that board, and it may be, and sometime in the future, I get to serve with you guys again.
But hey, it was a good time. I like watching you guys grow up.
Yeah, what was it that you said to me on my first day? Hey, there's so many things we're throwing at you, you're gonna have to keep asking questions.
Yep.
Forever.
Don't be afraid to ask again. I don't know all the acronyms and there's no way I can explain it to you. So
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. Got anything you want to say before
that
we
was
make this?
just important to show support to my new board members. That's why we're here.
Very important.
I'll have to say, every time I've called, Mr. Stewart, he's always answered the phone, he's always been very helpful. Tremendous wealth of knowledge of how everything runs. Congratulate him on that. I think he does a great job.
Well, I think he does an outstanding job down there. He does.
Thank you.
Okay, that being, Jim, anything?
Looking forward to drinking from a fire hose.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
You know, they told me that would be a fun day. It really wasn't. All right, that being said, do I have a motion for this resolution?
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yes.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Razor.
We have crosswalk listed on the committee appointment. I would like to, what did Red say, not table it, but skip it, right? As soon as we get one piece of paper from crosswalk, we will make that next committee board appointment. I know you had something, Jim, you wanted to talk about.
Well, I want to bring it, something on an agenda soon. We're kind of running out of time, and with the holidays, I think it's going to be a little crunched. So when we start to talk about next meeting, I would like to present a resolution for discussion and consideration. That will be a mostly symbolic move, I get that, but I've heard from several of our folks. It would be in opposition to Illinois House Bill 5855. So if we can just get that on the agenda, the next meeting or two, I would really appreciate it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. We will set a meeting, you're gonna have a meeting next week, we'll set that. Finish. Have I missed anything up to miscellaneous yet?
No, but I do have something for discussion.
Okay.
But, last meeting we had a couple of people wanting to speak, and we had one guy that he was on a little bit of a time crunch. So normally we have the opening for our public comment at the very end. We changed it up at the very beginning. I didn't know what you guys thought about maybe sort of rearranging this on the agenda and let do the public forum part of it at the very beginning. Maybe announcing if anyone has 5 minutes, brief, and then getting that out of the way. They choose so if they can save the rest of the meeting. Secondly, for the way our regular board meeting agendas are listed, I think we have like a department, a highway department in front of the whole business. I almost think that's, I don't know if it's always been that way. I think it has, but I didn't know if maybe that she actually listen to new business. When he comes up here and wants something approved from the board he's seeking approval, we can still put it as highway department, but maybe under new business. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that, because technically it's new business.
Yeah, it is new business. And we've never really been real strict about adherence to an agenda. We tried to get close to it.
Well, we could still
Right.
bounce around however this board chooses to do so, Mr. Chairman.
And I'm absolutely, if you want that, that's fine.
Well, it's just open for discussion.
Right,
Yeah, I
that would be fine.
If you're going to do that, I mean, you could just on your agenda, quite honestly, list every office.
Right.
Just list them all above old business or in between old and new. And then anyone that wants to come in for a board meeting, we just get them added to the agenda.
We could put it listed as office.
To do that as well.
Yeah.
And then just general office and under
In
that.
reference to your moving the public from bottom to top to allow their schedules. Something I thought about before I came to this board, and I do want to bring it up since we're in this discussion. I would encourage you to think about having regular meeting, not our regular meeting, but at a regular interval, maybe a quarterly meeting that we actually schedule in the evening. Because quite honestly, what's convenient for us to meet at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning isn't convenient for most people that have jobs. And I don't know how much it could be used. We may find that after trying it, no one shows up. But even if we did one meeting per quarter in the evening, just to make it easier for attendance, something to consider.
Sure. I think the main reason why we don't have many evening, Amanda, correct me if I'm mistaken, is that the cost, we have to pay overtime.
There's an overtime component to
Our
that.
secretary here, or secretary, unless Amanda's here, we have to pay overtime for the security officer here. Obviously, that's something that could be budgeted for. If you really want to go down that path, I personally don't have an issue with it. I've had a number of people ask me that as well. We are a public service, so whatever you guys want to do.
Since I brought that up, I will crunch the numbers on what the overtime would be. We'll bring that back at a later date, just so we have something so we're not just talking about what ifs.
Well, you'd have to also check with Amanda, make sure we have somebody here, how we would work out the logistics of it. So just courtesy.
There's no reason why we couldn't have something. There's something in the budget for it.
Just keep in mind, like I said, just food for thought about switching the public forum that we get. But sometimes during a meeting, we get into discussions, sometimes they can be doing, sometimes we need to bring outside information in. The meeting can drag on a little bit while individuals are still ready to talk about stuff. So it's just kind of something that I thought that the other two individuals here, we did it.
Okay, down to our, we have a couple of claims here. The money has already been approved and spent. I mean, we have been just acknowledging these claims and signing in the meeting. One is for Lakeside Water District and an invoice on, I was trying to figure out which one of the two projects was. We had two projects. Dig into it to find out exactly which one it was. But we had two projects with the Lakeside Water District. This invoice is for $15,554.05. And then we have another ARPA bill from Burgess Water District. And for them, we were building a ground storage tank and some new water lines. And this bill is for $50,388.97.
The money's already been appropriated for the projects.
Right.
Those are just invoices.
We've already voted for that. And this is part of our trying to ensure that we expect on projects that we're supposed to be spent on. Okay, do we have any public comment? Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add to this meeting?
Jim, are you, since you brought it up, that House bill, you want to give us a brief rundown of what it talks about?
I mean, it's going to be presented to you as an attack on gun ownership rights again by the state. Multiple provisions inside of it. I don't have them all in front of me, but changing the age on the FOID, which we could debate the FOID, but changing the age from 18 to 21 on that, making it more difficult for youth to even hold a gun or hunt, which something like this had passed when I was a kid, I would have lost a lot of hunting opportunities. And, a young person can't even go hunt without someone 21 or older with them. For our area, that's a big deal. Limits on magazines again. Gun registration is included in this, is my understanding as well. So I don't think it runs with the thought process of our taxpayers in Williamson County. Again, I realize this is not going to change anything. This is all symbolic.
Not mine.
And there's no enforcement included in the resolution that we're crafting right now. But there is some direct communication from here through the clerk to leadership in Springfield. And I just think many of our voters and taxpayers would appreciate us at least standing up for what they see as their rights, when I agree with their rights. And right now, council has the wording I presented to him. I would think we could have a resolution ready by next week.
I think so. We did this once before, I think it was 2016, and so I think I'm safe in saying that the entire board had been the same mindset. But yeah, so get that worked out. Next week,
We'll have it here next week.
Yeah, I think this board's been pretty consistent with its view on Second Amendment issues and the overlap to Springfield when it comes to restrictions on legal, lawful gun owners. So let's set a meeting time. We have a couple other things on the agenda. Tentatively, I had told Stephanie we would meet on Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. You guys good with Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock?
It's Tuesday, the 20th.
Tuesday, the 20th.
Yes.
9 o'clock, yeah.
Okay. Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, Stephanie?
Clocker.
Perfect. 8 a.m., right?
Now, don't go crazy.
Is there any more business this board needs to consider today? Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
A second,
I'll second.
roll call please.
Tim Atkinson,
Yes.
Jim Marlowe,
Yes.
Jim Reason.
Yay.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. BJ, glad you guys are here.